Welcome students, welcome to the channel. Today we will continue the topic. We had already seen what is Ohm's law. So Ohm's law I had defined in my last video. So Ohm's law was in a resistor, right, or a current carrying conductor, the current is directly proportional to the voltage when the temperature is maintained constant, right. The temperature maintained should be constant because the resistance, the property of a material, right, is a resistance, the property of a material where if the temperature changes then the resistance also accordingly change, right. So this is a separate topic by itself. I don't want to delve into that. So today we are going to see one more most fundamental concept, right, which are the Kirchhoff's laws, right. So we are going by basics. So please see the videos, it will be clear for you. The fundamentals will be clear, right. So there are two basic laws which are stated by the Kirchhoffs. One is called as Kirchhoff's voltage law and another one is called as Kirchhoff's current law, right. These are the two fundamental, very fundamental laws: Kirchhoff's voltage laws, Kirchhoff's current law. This is required, these laws what we are seeing, the fundamentals is required for various category of students. It's very useful for the 9th, 10th class students, +1, +2 students, and of course engineering students, because throughout my experience in the engineering classes I have seen when students come to first year they are so much confused about these laws, right. 90% of the students know them, but when they write the answers they just get confused. What is Kirchhoff's voltage law, what is Kirchhoff's current law, because so many definitions have been inserted in your minds, right. 10th class you would have studied one textbook, 12th class you would have studied another textbook, engineering you would have studied some other textbook, right. Everybody defines it in 1,000 number of ways. I am just exaggerating, it's not 1,000 but in some number of ways, so which basically gets students get a lot of confused in this. So let us be clear in this, right. What is Kirchhoff's law, right? So one thing you should understand by the name itself, right? They are also called as KVL and KCL famously, right? So one thing you should understand, Kirchhoff's voltage law is pertaining to the voltage and Kirchhoff's current law is pertaining to the current. That fundamental thing if it is clear, then when you write the answers, I am talking about the descriptive answers, you will not get easily confused. Still, there is always chance for getting confused, right? But you will not get easily confused. So, what does this Kirchhoff's voltage law base on, right? So, before delving into the topic of the Kirchhoff's voltage law, let me clear you some of the basics, right? What are the basics? The basics between what is a loop and what is a mesh, right? Loop is a closed path which can be further subdivided. Now what is a closed path, right? So if you draw a circuit, okay, so let me show you. I'm just showing with the example of a rectangular box, right? So if you take a rectangular box with any closed circuit, right, this is a closed circuit, let us say for example, right. So when I say a closed path means the starting point and the ending point should be same. So if I am saying this is a closed path, if this is my starting point, right, if this is my starting point, I am going by this way and again coming back to the same point. So this is my closed path, right. It's a very easy, right, when you book a journey for your train or flight, it will ask you to and fro, one-way journey or two-way journey. So if you go one-way journey, it's not closed path because your starting point and ending point is not same. But if you go and come back to the same place, right? So starting from one location and again coming back to the same location, it's a closed path, right? So the same concept holds here also. What is a closed path? So loop is any closed path, okay? But loop generally can be subdivided. That is, inside one loop there can be one more loop or one more closed path basically, right? Now what is mesh then, right? Because if you see the textbooks, they write it's Kirchhoff's law, a fundamental closed loop, closed mesh, closed path. Then students just get confused. What are all these things, right? So I want to make clear before delving into what is Kirchhoff's voltage law. Now, mesh is also again a closed path, but it is the most fundamental closed path. Why I am calling it a fundamental closed path? Because it cannot be further subdivided. That means within the mesh, if I call this as a mesh, inside this there won't be any other closed path. But inside a loop, there can be closed path. There need not be, right? Need not be in the sense, any mesh can be called a loop. Why? Because mesh is a closed path, loop is also a closed path. But vice versa is not true. What is vice versa not true? Loop need not be a mesh. That is, there may be some loops where inside again closed paths are there. Such loops cannot be called as meshes. But the loops where there is no closed path inside them can be called as mesh, right? So mesh is the most fundamental closed path which cannot be further subdivided, or you can put it in another way, that is, mesh, inside any mesh there won't be any closed path, right? So the circuit or the current has to take that path only to close it, or that path only to reach the point where it has begun, right? So this is called as Kirchhoff's voltage law fundamentals. Now then we'll come to the basic definition of the Kirchhoff's voltage law. I have made it very, very simple, right? The algebraic sum of voltages taken around in a mesh is equal to 0. That's all. Just one line definition, right? The algebraic sum of algebraic. Why algebraic? Because I am going to take into account signs, right? So what signs? If I say voltage is dropping, I am going to put negative sign, and if I am saying voltage is gained, then I am going to put positive sign. So there are two signs. One is a negative sign and another is a positive sign. So that is why I am saying it as algebraic sum, because algebraic means along with the signs, right? Because some of the textbooks they define the sum of the EMFs is equal to sum of drops, so students get confused. So I am making it very simple. The algebraic sum of voltages taken around in a mesh, right? So if it is applicable for mesh, it is definitely applicable for loop also, because mesh is a closed path, it's a fundamental closed path. If it can be applied there, it can be applied in any loop also, right? So the algebraic sum of voltages taken around, because it's a closed path, is equal to 0. So generally when you solve problems, right students, voltage drops in any resistor, we say it's a voltage drop, and if we come across any battery or a source of EMF, we say there is a voltage gain. And again, if you go from the negative terminal of the battery to the positive terminal of the battery, voltage will rise. If you go from positive to negative, voltage will drop. This is the general sign convention which we follow for Kirchhoff's voltage law. So we have read today, discussed today, very fundamental topic, Kirchhoff's voltage law. I request all of you to go through the video, and if you have any doubts, right, you can definitely post your in the comments. Thank you. Please subscribe the channel.